What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:36 in the morning. Crack of dawn and now I'm yawning. Wipe the coal out my see who's this paging me and why. Alright, what's going on, man? Alright, it's the breakdown. It's episode 7. I was about to say 470s. It's 7:46. Okay. Sponsored by Midnight. The title sponsor Midnight. Fridays we go to Midnight City. You can go ahead and catch me there at Midnight City. And I'm growing, my hair is growing long. Alright, I might have to cut it. I don't know. Look, I just fucking noticed my hair is fucking growing. No suit today. You know why? I'm gonna explain why I'm not wearing a suit today. Okay, I'll explain why I'm not wearing a suit. Okay. All right. Oh boy. I'll explain. Suit off today. Maybe I can. No, just yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut up, David. Okay. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. I'll explain why I'm not wearing the suit, man. I'll explain it. By the way, I sent an email. I'll get to this. Also, Cake Wallet. Shout out to Cake Wallet. Shout out to Vic. Shout out to Seth. Shout out to Leah. Like, shout out to that entire goddamn staff. And shout out to them and their new product, Radar Chat, man. I know, like, people are not used to seeing me without a suit, okay? I'll explain why, okay? I'll explain why. Listen, I look sexy in anything that I wear, okay? I could wear those, what are those, Crocs? I could, by the way, I'd never wear those things, okay? Crocs are for homeless people. I might have just went ahead and disrespected my entire audience, but Crocs are for homeless people. There goes my endorsement. I see people wearing Crocs, you lazy as fuck. I'm sorry, man. Crocs are this, like, they're, I don't know, man. Crocs are just, they're ugly. Shout out to the person who made Crocs, man. He must have been thinking about something else when he came up with that name too. Always hydrate your face. Oh, always hydrate your face. Yo, I'm gonna get hate mail, man. I'm gonna get hate mail from all the Crocs wearers. All the people rock. They are. Come on, Crocs are for the poor, man. And how? And you can't even be. Yo, you can't even rock them. They're so expensive too. They're like 100 G's. What are we talking about here, man? Oh my God! Somebody just. You got to respect the game, man. Somebody took like some plastic and punched holes in the motherfucker. They look like senior citizen. Like, you ever seen like old people? They rock those big, those like black, heavy black sneakers and shit. I feel like whoever came out with the Crocs just took that, cut it, punched holes in it. Just for real, man. Anyway. Also, if you want to get the latest data in crypto, you can go to gmarcus.io. Crypto's back! Crypto's back. That's right, crypto's back. Crypto is back. Happy about that. Really happy about that. Obviously, I'm happy about. I mean, crypto's back from a sentiment standpoint. It's not back on from a charting standpoint. Charting standpoint is different. What is this? I liked him. He's quite handsome, chef. He's rolled up his sleeve. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? I'm telling you, man. Men, women. Exciting news, though. I wrote an email to TikTok, a really like lengthy email stating like, bro, you guys are limiting my viewership to and we have a lot of viewership on TikTok. You are limiting my viewership because you think my production is unoriginal when this is coming from my production team. And I have sponsors, so I have to play ads. So and everything's been authorized for me to use. What is happening here? Well, apparently that email kind of worked. We shall see how well it worked. Let me go ahead and check out TikTok. Hold on, let me check to see if it. Hold on. Let's see if it's actually. Yeah, let's see. We're live on there right now. We're live on there. I'm pretty sure that I'm still limited on there too. Very limited access on there. Crazy, bro. I sent it off. I sent off an email. I was pissed. I got to tell you, we got a lovely audience on TikTok. Gotta love you guys on TikTok. We got a big audience on TikTok. You're nailing me for things that are just ridiculous. Anyway, look, I might give away some Solana today. I don't know. I might give away some Solana today. I might put out like a fucking tweet and say like, I don't know, do some old school shit. Hey, like, if you're following me, if you're following my pump page, okay? I had this shit written down and I forgot about it. I had this shit written down, but I'm going to do one of those things. I'm going to do one of those things. I'm just fucking happy. I am absolutely fucking happy that the sentiment is so much better. Like, I'm kind of, I think it went down for like a day. Again, that's my perspective, but I've seen a change. It really has changed. It hasn't gone back. People are just like, I want cheaper prices. I like that. People aren't getting the newest Crocs. They're getting the newest assets on the block that are oversold. Yo, I don't know, man. I see people wearing Crocs. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? What is this shit? Chess, not checkers, son. Chess, not checkers. I wrote it out today. I wrote out a tweet. Today. I'm bull posting like a motherfucker. We're getting back to bull posting. I'm in that mindset, man. I wrote, where the fuck is it? The fuck is it? Chess is one of the few games that punishes emotion and rewards discipline. I'm gonna say this again. Chess is one of the few games that punishes emotion and rewards discipline. Read into it. I encourage you to read into that. No. We're not going to ban anybody. I want the haters here. You guys don't. I want people that don't like me here because they bring me engagement and they bring me revenue. Like, you have to understand, I want the critics. I am not shy to go ahead and engage with the critics. I want them here. I want them tuned in. I want them tuned in every second. What do I always say? They're in grandma's basement. Okay, they are living it up in grandma's basement, wearing those goddamn free flip-flops you get at the goddamn nail salon. These are the motherfuckers. JoJo, Little Johnny, is the type of guy wearing free flip-flops that you get from the nail salon, right? So that's the guy. And he doesn't get his nails done or anything there. He doesn't get a mani-pedi or any of that shit. He just gets the free flip-flops. And he tunes into my show. I want like 90,000 JoJos tuning in. I want Little Johnny tuning in watching this goddamn show. I want that. You should want that. You don't want to be surrounded by yes people? Fuck that shit. Embrace the hate. Embrace it. You know what the funniest part is before we move on to crypto? Little Johnny does not understand that somebody from New York City, this doesn't affect us. We hear worse things. Like, growing up, you've heard worse. Like, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, and I'm looking at you dead in the camera. And I know you probably didn't grow up with a dad. I know that 100%. It's fatherless behavior, which I encourage you to bring here onto my show. More numbers, bigger numbers, more engagement. But Little Johnny, fatherless behavior, bullied in school, sits on a ripped up couch watching me. I am his hero. I am his hero. Don't worry. The Jewish cabal doesn't think I'm Jewish either, man. Which is, I don't even know why I'm clapping. I'm kind of sad. Kind of sad. Little Johnny is going towards the, let's go ahead and say he's Jewish. Doesn't work, man. Like, do you understand? Like, I feel bad for you. Come give me a hug. Come give Daddy a hug. Yo, I'm dead. Anyway, let's get back to it. Listen. Pump.fund page, you know where it's at. Sir DGDG. You're following that? If you are following, you got to follow. In order to go ahead and participate in whatever I give away, okay? I'm going to give away a few things to a few people, man. I don't know. Just might be $10. Might be $20. Or it might be the chocolate. It might be the chocolate candies or the chocolate coins that you get for Hanukkah, okay? It might be the chocolate coins that you get for Hanukkah. For those who understand, okay? While everybody during Christmas gets all these fucking presents. Let me tell you something about growing up. I'm watching motherfuckers get, I don't know, just like dope shit, fucking Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Now, hold on, let me rewind. I don't know. Just happened to have a Biggie lyric in my head. But seriously, you know, if you're Jewish, you know what I'm talking about. Growing up, grandma's coming over the house. She's like, I got a present for you. You get so excited. Yo, you're fucking excited. Holy shit. You unwrap the present. It's fucking chocolate coins. Your friends come over their house. They're opening up gifts. They got scooters, the bicycles. 12 days of Hanukkah, I'm getting dreidels and a yarmulke. I'm just saying. I gotta speak to the Jewish cabal. We gotta make Hanukkah great again. We gotta make Hanukkah great again. I gotta speak to the rabbis. I gotta go to the shuls. Yeah, we gotta talk. Okay? Getting a yarmulke with a Nike logo on it, that's not it. That's not it. My boys getting new Yankee caps and like fitteds and everything, man. Like starter jackets, bringing it back old school. I'm getting a dreidel. No suit today. The reason why I didn't put on a suit today is because I really want to, like, no joke. I had an intense workout yesterday. And I thought about it. I was like, yo, let me put on the suit. Suit stays on kind of thing. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it today. I really, besides training all day long or for 4 days, I come back here, I train, and I'm like, my body's hurting. My body's telling me no. Landy's talking about wrists being tired. This guy, I was about to say something that this man talking shit. Let's bring him in, this fuckhead. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you look at, like, in real life.
What's up? How you doing?
Doing great. Let's see if my monitor continues to work with your ass in here.
Probably not.
Listen,
Space
I'm
lasers
talking to the
can pick
Jewish
that up.
cabal. Let me say something. I'm gonna talk to the Jewish cabal. I didn't appreciate a lot of things. First of all, we're talking about Hanukkah. Okay,
Mhm,
will it change everything up? Jews, my fellow Jews, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna upgrade. We're gonna up the game. Okay, we are going to get good presents for 12 days.
Good luck.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me you're
presents
excited to
from
get
a
a.
Jewish family.
Yeah,
No.
No,
You're getting 12
I am
pieces of
telling you,
matzah.
the game is being upped. And I'm gonna have to talk to the rabbis. You know, they sent a hit after me with this Levy guy, whatever his fucking name is. So there's gonna be a lot to talk about. There'll be a lot of conversations. A lot of conversations. By the way, I heard about your injured wrist. You should take it easy in the bathroom. I'm just saying, putting it out there.
The bathroom.
take it easy. That's all I can
I,
say. Take it
I
easy.
injured it out in public. This is
No, no,
I'm
no,
on the
no, no,
West
no.
Coast.
You
It's
know,
California. Indecent
don't blame
exposure is
California on every.
perfectly
Listen, I am one to blame
perfectly
California
fine.
for everything. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't use that as an excuse.
No, I can because California is terrible. It's awful. Come on over. Want to experience it for yourself?
I don't want to experience California. Okay? I'm going out to probably Cali for this whole thing as long as I'm good, not injured. Okay, going out there to embarrass myself. I'm kidding.
No. If you're going up there, good luck. Have fun.
It is gonna be tough. This is why we went to the mountains, bro. Like the oxygen is not available. Yo, I'm telling you, when you go up to the mountains, it says oxygen out of order, bro. It is literally not available. Okay, like, but you know, I started thinking, I'm like, yo, I know like all those Ethiopian runners, they train in the mountains. I'm like, I'm not running a fucking marathon here, man. Why am I here? But that's where you.
David, that's cultural appropriation. You can't go run in the mountains like the Ethiopians, okay?
Listen, I'm technically Ethiopian. Why are you laughing?
That's cultural appropriation, sir. You're too white to be Ethiopian.
I am not white.
But your skin pigment is that of a white man.
My pigment is white? Where do you see white?
Look at. He's basically like, hold up a sheet of paper. You can't use the yellow notepad.
That's white.
Uh-oh, that's got your full address on it.
Who gives a shit?
Nice. I'm going to be sending you lots of different packages now. Thank you for the hat with the tiny black square on the front of it. I appreciate that.
Appreciate what?
The hat that you sent me with the tiny black square on the front.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
And I appreciate it. I'm glad to be accepted as a community member.
So what's going on, man?
Just watching people get the calls yesterday completely wrong about the CPI data and whether or not the Fed was going to be forced to raise rates and all this other crap. Because the timeline got really kind of fever pitch at a certain point yesterday ahead of inflation data, which I've talked about with you here. With falling oil prices, inflation data is going to come down. At minimum, the headline number will come down because it is pretty reactive to the most recent prices, right?
Yeah.
But what I was actually surprised by, and I wasn't sure about, but I kind of floated this last night in the market update, is I'm not sure if, I wasn't sure if core would come down. And I kind of looked back a little bit further, about 6 weeks off of the highs we started to head down. So maybe it would reflect in core metrics, which is what the Fed uses to determine it's one of the main things they use to determine whether or not to, tighten or loosen policy, meaning raise or lower rates. And it actually did come in under. So core metrics are starting to bleed down in terms of inflationary pressures, and it's directly related to oil prices. So we also headed up and hit one of the targets that I talked about for oil initially. We did that earlier today in the low $80 region. And it's really about closes. If we see closes above $80, then we have to start looking out for a potential further risk off move, especially in crypto because it is so far out the risk curve. But if we do see a rejection here, enjoy possibly some further upside, especially with Bitcoin, as long as it's trading and closing above 62.5 and then subsequently above 65, which is what we really want to see. Then I would be looking for a nice little, at minimum, a nice little lower term time frame rally, not just in Bitcoin, but in most of the majors. And then we'll see kind of where things land. It's it is the summer after all. So it is a little bit lower liquidity environment, you could say, in terms of trading volumes. Um, and we'll kind of see where things head. I've just been kind of looking at obviously Bitcoin as a vector for the crypto markets, oil, Dixie, and then we took a look at SPY. One of the things that I would be paying attention to is we want to see for further upside, in a little bit more sustained upside, a little bit more risk off kind of environment in terms of risk appetite. I would want to see SPY tick above not just the all-time high at 765. I would want to see it. I'm sorry, 760. I'd want to see it get close over close price momentum and a breakout above 765 to actually go the next leg. Otherwise, we're at risk of doing what we did before the last larger correction, and that's making slightly new all-time highs and kind of chop around the highs and consolidate around the highs and then dump off. And we don't want to see that if you want to see, a further moves up in the cryptocurrency side, in my opinion. So, it's just kind of a wait and see. Right now, we're just chopping around sideways for Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies, and then it's really about evaluating kind of where price pressures are for oil to kind of gauge risk in traditional markets. Because if we do get a larger dump off, we're going to see that reflected in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So it's just about where does it hold up? The lows or lower? Who knows? So enjoy the green candles.
Memes are right now the talk of the town.
And NFTs.
Give me
weird.
which is very weird, because NFTs should be coming back at the end of the cycle, not in the beginning.
But they're only just catching heat. They're nowhere near where memes are right now. A lot of memes popping off, man. And we've talked about this a little bit. I think that if you're early, you're on time, right? So if you're already back and the majority of the in terms of time frame, the majority of people kind of left and now come back for memes. I think memes, and I said this to you a couple of days ago. You might remember back in 22 that altcoins bottomed before Bitcoin, and some held equal lows or even higher low structure as Bitcoin went down to its final low. And why was that? My opinion at the time, and my opinion now, if we do see something like that again, is that it's because people are back and they're trading and they're playing with memes again. And then I think memes will absolutely rip once Bitcoin, like anything that we see in terms of runners now is not, we saw a bit of that back in 22 moving into 23, but it was when Bitcoin actually started to put in higher low structure on the weekly and then get its downtrend break that memes went crazy with Bitcoin to the upside. And alts kind of got left behind unless that was the chain that all the meme coins were really hitting on. And now we have Robinhood is Ethereum, right? It's traded in Ethereum, right? So it's on Arbitrum network. They're catching heat, but Solana is keeping up. I'm actually, we didn't get that full rotation. I know people were really excited on the timeline, and there's been some runners on Robinhood, but then we're seeing it rotate right back into Solana, and we're seeing like some Solana plays start to find lows again and then head back up. So, I think we're in that perfect time period, that perfect storm where even if Bitcoin does have another leg down, I think the meme coin communities are going to be there to pick it up. I think that we'll probably see some burn on the NFT side. And then once Bitcoin does actually carve out that macro low and begin to shift structure, I think it's absolute blast off time for memes. I've actually never disagreed with you that memes will be coming back. Then it's about, okay, now we've got all kinds of stuff running out of the OGs. What's got the potential to keep going and make it back to its prior all-time highs and potentially more or much more? And I think, that's going to be a day by day, week by week, month by month kind of evaluation as we move forward. But we're not in a macro low structure right now for Bitcoin. At least from a technical low, we need to see a low even set. It is a lower low, but I think that in terms of timing, there's not. It's before we know it, it's going to be the fall,
Yeah.
and we will, in my opinion, be carving out a macro low, or we'll be carving it out throughout fall, or we will be confirming something in and around fall into Q1 of next year. And I think that a lot of the people that have been here, the OGs that have been around for a couple cycles, especially looking at memes and stuff like that, will have already been well positioned for that run. I think a lot of people, at least that I've been talking to, are already out there and evaluating, getting into plays, making sure that they've got tickers marked down that they want to get into, and or have been getting into some of the OGs and then checking out the new stuff.
Where's yo, my screen went dead. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so I'm just excited that the memes are back because the memes to me, and by the way, I feel validated in a way because now, people used to joke about, oh, like, why would you talk about memes? Why would you talk about memes? Well, are you giving the same shit to Vlad now, the co-founder of Robinhood?
Well, I don't
No,
think
nobody's giving the same shit to him.
no. Because Vlad has the ability to aim the money funnel.
What I'm saying is, it's not a joke anymore because people see there's a crowd that enjoys the memes.
Mhm.
And
Well,
that's been my point forever, is that memes are just way more relatable than all this shit that's out there. Respectfully, I'm not saying that some of these things aren't good. It's just that the way they're explained, nobody understands, but people understand memes.
they do, and it's a good intro to the Robinhood chain is to get memes running, and then, because it's a purpose-built stock token and RWA chain. That's really what its main focus is, but you gotta get people to come and use it, put volume on it, so what better way than to introduce it with memes and pure speculation before, funding up the liquidity for those RWAs and stock tokens, right? I think that's actually and, for those that maybe don't know, like, Robinhood's very involved in even the EU nations in terms of tokenization of assets, so I 100% with you that you get people into the meme side of things, and then they go and they check out Bitcoin, and in this case, not only will they, check out Bitcoin, but they'll be over there on that chain watching, you'll be able to go and trade stock tokens and RWAs on that chain, so I think it's a great way to do that, and that's where, yesterday we talked about this for a minute, that's where I think, Coinbase kind of was at a disadvantage and gave up a lead on the crypto side to players like Hyperliquid and others by not really nailing it down, because you already got the crypto side. Now you got to integrate the tokenized asset side or tokenized equity side for that kind of stuff. And Vlad already has Robinhood, has already had crypto, and has been a big crypto exchange. I mean, to the point where they became their own clearinghouse, right? Like they didn't have to use Apex anymore, and then became their own clearinghouse. So when they started doing clearing for crypto, that was kind of the indication that now we can go crypto and then we can bring over very easily and tokenize assets. And they have the licenses and the proper infrastructure and regulatory approvals to take and make RWAs actually have the underlying stock assets deliverable at the end of the day too. So it's going to be interesting to watch, man. Um, but yeah, you got to. I think it was a good intro with the memes, and NFTs are taking off over there too, which is interesting. Obviously, a lot of opportunists, a lot of people just over there to make quick buck and just get some hype and then rug. But in reality, it's about the volume, and now people are well aware of that chain. Um, and you know, the memes made people aware of it.
I'm telling you right now, what Robinhood is doing is what every single founder of a chain wishes would have happened on their chain.
Mm-hmm. Look, I don't know what's going to happen with. Look, you can't count Coinbase out. By the way, I
I'm
imagine
counting
they've
them
got
out.
something.
I'm counting them out.
I think they've got something cooking.
What do they have? How can they compete?
Well, they have
those excuse me, those I was about to say crackers. Those fucking crayons. It must be full of lead because like they're getting to you, bro. Like what do you? They've had so much time.
Because they have all of the institutional
They're
connections.
garbage, bro. They are garbage. Like let's call for what it is, okay? They dropped the ball. That's what they did.
I agree to this point they absolutely have, but I would not count out
How are they going to make
because they have
How are they going? Hold on, Landy. How are they going to make any sort of comeback? First of all, they got to beat Solana and they got to beat Robinhood. There's no fucking way.
Don't forget Hyperliquid, right?
Hype too. Okay, so like, how do they even stand a chance? What are you saying?
Here's how they do stand a chance, because they are still the number one custodial. Well, listen, this isn't crazy because you can never count. Like people were counting Robinhood out right after the AMC.
Nobody count. Who counted Robinhood out? What are you
after
talking about?
all of the crap that went down in 2020? For many years, people were done with Robinhood. They were toast. They were going to go
Okay,
away.
hold on. There's a difference, though. Hold on, Landy. Nah, I got to push back on you here. Robinhood is a behemoth, man.
And
Robinhood has people that
remember that was the narrative.
Coinbase just has crypto natives. That's it. Robinhood has people that trade stocks and who have yet to even come into crypto, but they know about crypto.
Look, I don't even like Coinbase. Okay,
no, you do.
I don't.
You are here shilling Coinbase right now.
No, Brian Armstrong was behind one of the major forks in Bitcoin. Okay, so no, I'm not a BSB for those that want to go look it up. So, and look, here's where. And if I'm going to be objective, because even though I'm not a fan of Coinbase, what they have is they have the institutional relationships because of their because they do so much custodying for those institutions. When they're ready to actually provide the liquidity, the other side of the pair for their stock tokens and RWAs, they're not just going to go to Robinhood. They're not just going to go and tokenize on chain for specific perp dexes and stuff like that, like your Hyperliquids of the world. They're going to utilize Coinbase and they're going to get all of their, because they want the widest audience. It's not like these large institutions don't just go to one brokerage and be like, oh no, we're only going to list at this one brokerage at Fidelity. And like, no, like they're going to list everywhere. And they still have those institutional relationships from the custody side. What they need to do is they need to nail down an actual focus and direction, which is where they have failed to this point, in my opinion, and in many's opinion. But that doesn't mean that they're toast and they're done. What that means is they're taking where they once had the reins in this industry. They have now given up a lot of that, right? And they're going to have to fight.
They dropped the ball on memes.
They absolutely dropped the ball on memes.
Can I just say something? All the chains. Okay, I've been yelling about this for fucking, I feel like a decade. You dropped the ball on memes. Coinbase had an opportunity to like absolutely fucking champion their memes. They didn't. They fucking were experimenting with fucking all this tokenization shit, which I appreciate because I'm a big fan of tokenization, but it was social tokenism. Like it didn't work. It doesn't work because you need to bring the meme economy to you first before you go ahead and try this shit. Solana understands the fucking plan. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say to you?
Sure.
When
Yeah,
I
no,
look at
I
Solana,
get
when
it.
you mentioned Solana, I think youthful brand.
Yeah.
Do you like very
Very
layman's
different
terms?
audience.
Here's the UI or the UX looks phenomenal, right? It's aesthetically pleasing. It's just like it looks the part. It's easy to onboard people. It's 1, 2, 3. It's like boom.
And they
There's
have
a
really
reason
good
why Trump
distributed
token is
products
on.
for getting it. They have
Say that
really
again.
good product. They have really good product, across
Okay.
especially, iOS and Google devices, Android.
Ethereum, they dropped the ball. But right now, the only thing that might save Ethereum is Robinhood, which is wild.
I
They didn't
well,
need Robinhood to save them. They had you know what what's crazy?
literally but it's
They
literally
remind me of the Spurs. They were up by 35. They had the game in the bag.
Yeah.
And then they just like, oh, okay, we got this. It was kind of like, we got this. Vitalik didn't acknowledge the memes if he shitted on the memes. He didn't acknowledge them. He shitted on them. Look at all the shit that he put out there. He shitted on the memes. So shitting on the memes, you shitted on an entire community. The only hope he had, if you imagine, I said this, you imagine we had fucking Vlad leading Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum would be absolutely ripping. And what does Ethereum get out of this, by the way? What does Ethereum get out of Robinhood with the Robinhood besides exposure? Ethereum, like what else does Ethereum then? Are they making money, Ethereum?
Well, it's on Arbitrum, so realistically, it's only through accumulation to bridge over, and it's not effectively on layer one. It's the only
See, like you can't
push.
even
The only push
save
is going to
Ethereum
be
right now.
the only push is really going to be from the I need Ethereum side of things. That's it, right? It's not a ton of the transactions aren't happening on layer one, so it's happening on Arbitrum, and that is
Look,
not ideal for Ethereum, in my opinion, in the way that it's been constructed.
Fifi just said Base has a lot of good builders, which I agree. And instead, they hard shill Zora. You know what you need with Coinbase? Do you know like what you would ultimately need to bring back the meme economy there? You need somebody who understands the environment, like the social sentiment and the crowd. You need somebody like that to run the place. You don't have that right now. That is the biggest problem. You don't have it. You absolutely don't have it. You know what they're going to need to do with Base? They're going to need to drop a token, an airdrop. And that's going to bring people back in. That's the only way that Coinbase wins. I'm not saying Coinbase ain't going to do great. Listen, they got institutional players and deals and BlackRock and all this shit. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they could have had the retail crowd. I'm talking about like the retail degen memers, a part of their crowd that eventually they can sell products to. That's exactly Solana's game plan. Look at Solana too. Solana just made a deal with SBI. SBI made deals or has a deal with Ripple.
Yeah.
People are coming to Solana because they understand that Solana has an audience. It's so simple to understand this. Like it's you sit back, it's so simple. And you know what? You imagine this is a multi-billion dollar company. You should have it should be easy. You don't even have to spend millions of dollars to do this. You can't sit there chewing your crayon and actually defend them.
I'm not trying to defend them. I
You
just
are.
don't think it's. I don't think it's. I don't think you can count them out of the game. Like they're still going to be there. They're likely going to have to transition in terms of their focus, right? If they want retail back, they have to actually have killer product, and they don't. Um, they've got a trail of tears. Um, they invested heavily into builders. They really did. Coinbase Ventures invested heavily into builders, but nothing was getting rolling.
Yeah.
And I think because what Solana builders did is they created product and applications that got people immediately into the ecosystem with as little friction as possible. And there's a lot of friction with a lot of the base products, and it took a long time. They were narrative chasing the entire time. They were playing catch up the entire time, and it showed. So now it's a matter of, instead of chasing the trend, you have to become a trendsetter, and you have to do something first, right? And if they don't do it soon, they are going to give up a lot of that market share to the Hyperliquids, Robinhoods, and Solanas of the world. And but they have the institutional clout and muscle to make something go. Now it's a matter of they need to figure out what that something is that's going to attract regular folks. Because just being a custodian for larger institutions is not a long-term play, because there's plenty of custodians out there, and there will be plenty more.
Welcome to the breakdown, episode 746. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. What the fuck is going on?
What happened?
What are you wearing? Which is nothing.
It's it's summer. I'm just
Okay.
outside getting a tan.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, welcome back to the breakdown. Technical difficulties. Like, what the fuck is this, bro? What are you, bro? Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck? How do I explain this to people, man? Like, how do I explain that I have somebody that comes onto the show dressed like a fucking
I'm not dressed at all. I dressed down today. It's casual Tuesday.
All right, listen. I also want to say this. Let me touch on the memes, especially. Let's look at Sir DG. First of all, where's the followers? Okay, everybody talks about we following 300 followers. I haven't even pushed this yet. 300 followers on fucking my pump.fun page. What are we talking about? How am I only at 300 followers? That is absolute bullshit. That is crazy. 300, like I'm looking at it right now. 300 fucking followers. I get the wallet age is like only 17 days. I should have way more. Way more. Way more.
I don't
100% way more.
I don't think you've posted that page recently.
I did post. I posted it up. 1,000
a long time
likes.
ago.
I mean,
that
it
was
was
a while
like
ago.
the second day that I created it, I think, or maybe
Yeah.
the first day. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those things. But it's 300 followers. 300 followers.
Hey, I'm one of them. I followed.
Who cares if you're following me?
I followed you. Followed you. Hey. If the puppet follows you, this is important. This is a big deal in the puppet community.
See, this is what I mean. Like, you listen. I can't take this seriously, man. Community. Fucking 301 people. Y'all should be giving this page out to everybody. Your grandmother should be following me. People are saying, Sir DG, probably throwing them off. I mean, what do you want me to do? Change my name?
Yeah, because somebody already got your name.
What should I do? Should I do David G to be more helpful? Like, I don't understand. Sir or Lord David G? Should I do that?
King DG. King David.
Well, sir, does the handle matter?
I don't know. Is that why? I think it's likely because you haven't posted it again. People don't know where to find it.
I'm not going to keep on posting it like I'm desperate.
I'll post it.
Guys, look at my pump page, but look. I should do the top Jew DG. I should do that.
The Hebrew Hammer.
Yeah. I think definitely people took the speech in the wrong way yesterday. I was addressing something. I was addressing something totally out of the ecosystem, of at least this ecosystem. I was addressing something.
Yeah.
All I said was that, like, if I endorse something, it'll come off my channels, my personal channels. If I'm affiliated with anybody, it'll come off the channel, right? It'll come off my personal channels, my personal social media accounts. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
As I looked at my page, I was actually I was satisfied because you got weak-handed individuals out.
Mm-hmm.
This is not checkers. We're not playing checkers.
I'm shrugging.
Say that again.
You can't see, but behind the puppeteer, the actual me is shrugging in real life, like, eh. Hey, I got a gift for those. Here's a banana. Would you like me to share this spliff?
You know what I want to say, Landy? I've been a part of projects that have gone to millions, if not billions of dollars in terms of market cap. So you're saying something that I want to get, if we were to go into talk about motion or market caps, whatever, you're saying that if I get behind something that I can't send my own, is that what we're really saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying.
I want everybody to really think about that for a second. If you guys have followed me for a while, I've been able to go ahead and be a part of projects that have gone to millions, if not billions. Yet you're doubting me? Okay. You want me to do it right away? That's the thing. Everybody wants instant gratification. It just shows. Even the people that say they don't want instant gratification, they want it. They want it. They want instant gratification. I'm trying to elevate the game in a different way. Y'all want instant gratification. And I can see, like, it's what I wrote. It's I love chess. I love playing it. And I wrote exactly this message, and I'll read it again. Because I think it needs to be read. I think it needs to be understood. Chess is one of the few games that punishes emotion and rewards discipline. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get it. Everybody's coming out. Yo, oh my God, momentum. I don't know how many times I gotta say, like, I make my own momentum. Like, I don't want to fit in and be a part of the crowd, man. I don't want to be boxed in this category of, yo, if this guy ever does anything, it's gonna be KOL-ish. Like, didn't I just say, like, I don't fuck with KOLs or influencers? If I really wanted to, I can shake hands with a bunch of people and, like, I guess, but I don't want to do that. It goes against everything that I keep talking about. So what difference do I make by doing anything? I just don't know. You got like 3 or 4. I saw 3 or 4 people that I got to read you this. This guy is from India. Can I read you this, Landon?
Yes.
Guy from India. Okay. I always check now. I always check. What the hell do you think you are, you bastard? I never even knew you existed, but unfortunately I somehow found out and now I'm fucked, motherfucker. David Gokshin, you are not white bull. You are a donkey bull. Ha ha ha.
I'm sorry. That's pretty good, actually.
Even Lev was better than you. At least he helped. Bitch.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. People just, oh my God. The instant gratification era is absolutely insane. He called me a donkey bull. What the fuck is that? You notice, like, I guess, like, people don't, like, if you're tuning in and you're new to me, like, I love, like, when people just, like, I don't ever read, like, the positive remarks. I always go after the negative because I kind of, like, sadistically enjoy people just ripping me apart for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find some of the comments hilarious.
I need more haters. We need better haters.
Yeah, the haters aren't that good.
No.
I got to tell
They're
you,
washed.
it's not what it was.
No, not even close.
The hate is, like, it's not even close. The first thing, by the way, I do when I see a hater's remark, I look at the location.
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10, I'm getting India. So I don't know if I should even take this seriously. I got one from India. I got another one from Nigeria. Like, should I really take any of this seriously? And you're calling me a donkey bull. Like, I don't even know what the fuck.
I mean, that's probably the funniest part, right?
I love when Jewish people push coins downwards. I love change. Like, if I see a penny on the floor, I start running.
Oh man.
These people don't understand. There is nothing. There is nothing. Nothing, little Johnny. Nothing, little Johnny. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy little Johnny underwears because I know he's sitting there with his old ass. What's wrong with you today with these fucking pictures, bro? What is wrong with you? What is your malfunction, man? All right, I will do a giveaway. I'm gonna do some sort of giveaway. Not to everybody. I'm gonna make a post. So be ready. Have notifications on. I'm gonna do a post. You gotta be following my pump page. Like if you're not following my pump,
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Okay, if you're not following my pump.fun page, you're automatically out. If you're not following me with notifications on, you're automatically out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got to do some other shit in there. Hold on. What other shit should I put into the equation?
I don't know. Make sure you like and repost
Oh man, all
streams.
for
I
a
don't know.
nickel? Is this all
Huh?
for a nickel?
Oh man. As soon as you give away anything, it's I can't line that crystal ball picture up. So back to crayon eating it is.
Back to crayon eating it is. No, but I'm gonna do a giveaway. I listen. I used to do giveaways all the time. I do Bitcoin giveaways, Ethereum Ethereum. Those two.
Mm-hmm.
Those two primarily was Bitcoin and Ethereum giveaways.
He kept all the
I
dollars.
only won that. That's a lot of money. People had a lot of money. If they held, they had a lot of money.
Oh yeah. From the early days, I used to send people just like to get them in. Like, hey, here's a little bit of Bitcoin. I look back at that. I hope they held because oh man. Some of that at this point, so long ago, could be life-changing for them.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll do that. And I also want to do like I want to see people. I got ideas because I've been sitting back and thinking about a few ideas. So I was about to say it, but I had to hold back because then everybody's gonna copy. So I got ideas. I'm so this is one thing that I'm happy about. I'm happy that the sentiment is back. That's what I'm happy about. If you don't have haters in your chat, that means that we're still in a bear market in terms of sentiment. When you got haters in your chat, that means that the bull is back. Jojo's frustrated. Like, look at him. He's absolutely frustrated. I am in his skin right now, bro. He wishes I was actually in his skin, but I'm in his skin.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Brother, ew.
Brother,
No, the best haters stick around through the bear markets, though. I mean, he's fresh blood as a hater. Need better haters. Like this is.
I really do need better.
You couldn't even stick out the hate through the bear market. Come on,
never.
You're just back through a little bit of a bullish bump. Let's see if they
I
can
gotta
stick
tweet.
it
I
through
want to
another
tweet
leg
something.
down.
I don't know what to tweet.
I don't know.
I want to tweet something.
Haters ball, like and reply.
Haters ball, like and reply. That's crazy. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. We got 307. Guys, relax. You're going too hard right now, bro. By the way, let's look at the current update. Let's look at the current shit that's happening. Let's look. Okay, so we got this is the current situation here.
35 tokens. I'm looking at the
35
head
tokens.
at the
35
top.
tokens. At some point, I do want to also buy. I also do want to buy memes.
Yeah,
Because that was a whole goal. It was to buy really dope memes that I like. So that was the goal. Like I want to buy a troll. You know, like I want to buy things that I really do believe in. I want to do that. And I'm going to do that. It's not I'm going to do it. But right now, kind of limp wrist here, man. Kind of lip. We got the two white bulls. I don't know, a bunch of like Davids and shit, man. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see what happens, man. I want to right now. This is I absolutely am looking at. I'm looking at the fact that I only have 307 followers on Pump.fun. How's that possible?
I mean, I'm a Bitcoin puppet, and I have one follower there. Thanks
really
to
have
my
one
one
follower?
follower. Yep, I'm my one follower. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Who do you think's following
Oh,
you?
oh, there's 2 now. Oh, I can see them. You mean you can see who's following you? What I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to stream, but the fact that you have to launch a token in order to stream, yeah, not doing it.
Shit, I can't stream on there either, right?
No, you have to launch a token to stream. That's the only way to unlock streaming capabilities.
That's fucked. That is so fucked up. Because if I had the ability, I would stream.
Yeah, because I'd rather. I mean, I get it from Pump Fun's perspective. You know, you want people to get on there and push their token that they launch, but I'd like to get on there and specifically just do my thing on Pump Fund and stream specifically for that audience. But yeah, no, I'm not going to launch a token to do it. I thought that they had removed that, but they did not. So under the live section, yeah, you have to launch in order to. I thought they were talking. Maybe it was just speculation that they were going to remove that mandatory launch in order to stream there, because I think they could become a really interesting streaming platform if they remove that feature. It'd bring a lot of eyeballs there, but oh well.
Somebody said, Todd is saying that if I CTO something, then I'll be able to go ahead and stream.
Yeah.
Which it would probably be the case if I decide to go ahead and I guess, well, no, in that sense, I don't even know how that would work out because all I'm doing is just kind of like, I don't know. See, talking out loud, having
Yeah, I don't
conversations.
really Yeah, I don't want to.
Disco Roko, this dude has been on the timeline talking shit. Now he's in the chat. Yo, you guys are bipolar. Like literally bipolar. You know what it is? They think they're gonna force my hand to say something. So they're like, I'm gonna curse you out until you I can care less. You can curse me out for the next 3 years. That's not gonna make me do anything.
Yeah, I just don't see, for me personally, any upside to launching any kind of a token there just to stream. Doesn't make any sense for me personally.
It only makes sense for them.
Yeah.
Right? Like the only people it makes sense for, it's them.
Yeah, I just don't have I don't have any interest in having people get into a token just so that I can push information out, because I wouldn't even be talking about it. The whole thing that I would do is, one, I'd be looking at Bitcoin, and I'd be looking at probably, if I was streaming directly there, I'd be looking at different stuff in the Solana ecosystem specifically. But as long as they're going to gate it by doing that,
I mean, I get it from like, listen, I would want people using
the platform, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and in order to use the platform, they want, you know, if you're going to use their platform, then they want to get something in return, right?
Yeah. No, I completely understand. No, like that's not something that I'm interested in, though, me personally.
We shall see. I think that the environment is getting prepped up. I think I'm gonna say this. I think memes go much higher this season. You might disagree with me, but I think the liquidity will be there for that to happen, Landy. And I know you won't agree with me, but I think with Robinhood coming into the picture, and I think you're gonna have, if you think Coinbase has a chance, well, Coinbase, they're going to try to push liquidity in. So you're gonna have Robinhood, Coinbase, you got a lot of people pushing liquidity in to, you know, to prop up their chains. So I think we might see a tremendous meme economy.
But it lifts all boats, and I think that OGs will run, but I think it's going to be, the focus is going to be primarily on the newest, hottest things, and rotation. I think that that's not going to go away.
You don't think we're gonna have multiple runners?
Oh no, we'll have multiple runners, but and maybe a few OG memes that actually do make new all-time highs and go on a run, but I don't think it's going to be very many of the OGs. I think the focus is going to
What
be
OGs
on
do
new
you
stuff.
think will run?
Well, I think that stuff like Pepe will run, right? Just, dip below $1 billion market cap, fully diluted, right?
Yeah.
But I have reservations about it making substantial new all-time highs, for instance. I think the run will be
You don't think it
glorious.
makes a new all-time high?
I think the run will be glorious off the lows, but I hesitate to look at it and say, yeah, it's going to make a substantially new all-time high above its prior highs. And that's just because we have data, and I'm willing to be wrong on this point, but I believe that when it gets rolling again and we see memes popping off left and right, a lot of liquidity is going to keep rotating to newer and newer stuff, and it's going to keep spreading that liquidity thin. And then I think right as that's happening, we're going to start getting tons of liquidity in for RWAs and stock tokens. So that's my thought process on that. I mean, there might be some that surprise. Maybe Pepe does get to its prior all-time high and then goes on a run again. But I got to see it, because we didn't see that with we had Shiba Inu um, cannibalized the mind share from Doge,
Yeah.
right? And then we had Pepe cannibalize the mind share from Doge and Shiba Inu. And Pepe was pretty much the market leader. Yes, was there others that ran and had in some cases you could consider memes that ran, but they also took a bunch of mind share from Pepe when they started to run and make new all-time highs, right? That's when Pepe had already topped, and people were still, buying into Pepe near the top. It went into lower high structure, while these other ones took their time to run, and people rotated over to these things that started to really get hot and run to new all-time highs. And I think it's going to be that rotation again because now you've got Robinhood as an entrant. We will see something coming out of Coinbase. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it's some OGs start to run again that gets something rolling over there. But you're going to get stuff that, maybe came in towards and got hot near the end of the meme cycle, that might have a better chance at new all-time highs than some of the OGs because of narrative and just volume of new tokens and launches. And I think people splitting their attention and focus and liquidity across things. Look, we don't have people who hold for very long, right? That
Yeah.
and especially Pump Fund really changed people's um methodologies in terms of time to high and then back to dump season, right? Just kept getting faster and faster and
Well,
faster.
look at this. Let's showcase, people that are. Let's showcase some of these things. You want to see how people hold
Sure.
here. Not an endorsement or anything. I gotta always state that. But look, here's one in my wallet. I'm gonna look at my wallet.
Yep.
What does this mean, sir?
Obviously super strong hands.
This is like, I mean, up to here, it was strong, right? You could say it was strong.
Yeah.
But then it
Mhm.
was like, nope. I believe in nothing. I don't even know what this is.
It's
Let's go
most
to
memes.
what?
Most memes do something akin to this. But that's where opportunity lies and why I've been a little bit degenerate in the past week or so is going and picking up tokens that I think have a good chance. A lot of low caps. And
Look
if
at
they
this
go down
one.
more, I just get more. Depends on what it is.
The fuck happened here, man?
Yep. I mean, that's typically what you
But this
see
is
in most memes.
all because why does this happen? Because David didn't call nothing. David, I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. You know what's funny? You sent me this stuff. Let's make it very clear. You sent me this. And now you know what I love? People dictating how I should go ahead and run something, which makes me also fucking giggle. You should do this. What? And then the rest you can see like what is this? 3K, 1.69K, like this. Wild. I don't even know what this is. What is this, by the way? I don't even know
I
what
don't
that
know.
fucking is. That's a 9K. I mean, look, I understand. I get it, man. Because if I do bless something, then I know what'll happen. I get it. So, yeah, man. Yeah. The Breakdown, episode 746. Everybody's like, why isn't Landy more excited? Trust me, like, Landy's excited. He just holds it in.
I put
It's
in
held
work.
in.
This is time not to be celebrating. It's time to go work.
Get to work. You build something. I was looking back at my tweets about Dogecoin Shiba Inu. I was getting 10,000 likes, 9,000 likes. It was just crazy. I can show it. It was absolutely wild. What a time. By the way, apparently the algorithm is being fixed. And now apparently people that follow you can, or mutuals can see you. Holy shit, if that happens. And by the way, I don't even think half the followers that I have are even back. Can you imagine once they're back? We will be so back.
I have such a different audience, obviously, than you do. I was looking at my metrics, and it shows you how many of your followers are active, right? And I have a ridiculously high active follower ratio. So when I look at like how many people follow you versus how many are active, like I have a very, very high amount of active followers. So, and of course, that's because I have a very different audience. I get a lot of people that are into technical analysis, into charting, macro analysis, economics, and stuff like that. So it's a different type of an audience. And then there's a portion of the audience that follows you that's into memes and other things that also follow me. But I was surprised to see that because what I was questioning that active follower number. I'm like, that's absurdly high. It's very close to my actual follow count. But now I get it. The algorithm was broken.
Sorry, Landy. I just want to address Chad. Chad, the chart doesn't matter to me. If the chart mattered, then I would have done something like the rest of these cats. It doesn't matter. If you don't have a good product, the chart means nothing. Have you not seen your favorite KOLs come out here, throw out their meme? And what happened? Have you not seen? I don't know how many times I have to say, if there is no foundation, there is no meme. And that's it. That's bottom line. If no foundation, no meme. That's it.
And honestly, Donkey Bowl, what does a
Oh my
donkey
God,
do?
bro.
What does a
Oh.
donkey do though? A donkey or a mule. What do?
Oh my God.
You
they're
load up.
Yo, this dude thinks you're somebody that you're not. Oh my God, I'm dead.
Wait, somebody said that I'm somebody I'm not? Wait,
Look in the comments. I refuse to say that name.
hold on. Is it on X?
I don't know. No, it's on YouTube, I think.
Oh, no. No,
Bro, I'm
not
dead.
even close.
I'm dead. I remember when they used to like say that about you though, when you guys were in the same space.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a meme for a little while, but no. I am not
Yo,
that
that's
person. I know who that person is, but I'm not that person. So,
oh
wow.
boy. Oh boy, that was crazy.
I haven't even read that name in probably a year, right?
Forgot about that name. Yeah.
Me
for sure.
too. That's funny. Yeah, no, that's
is
not me.
crazy. That is crazy. Yesterday, Landy had his market update. Hopefully, you guys tuned into that. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 9 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then 8 p.m. on Fridays. Also, Landy was on with Rob Nelson at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday, and on Wednesday tomorrow I'll be on that show. I probably will not be allowed to speak at all. So I'll come on there as a mannequin. Just I don't even know why he brings me on. Like, for what reason? Well, I have to come on Rob's show to hear how bad Trump is. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, like, can I answer back? No, hold on. Okay, like, then what am I doing here? Who the fuck brings on a guest and doesn't let them talk?
Well, the funny part about that is you would think that given the current actions being taken that he would be happy about it. But no, he's always gotta have an issue with it while saying, "No, no, no, I'm totally in support of it." And I can't square that. It doesn't make sense to me. But, you know, I was right. I called it very early on. So I said they got the 60-day clock, moved to ceasefire. Then they went to
I can't hear you anymore.
wait, what?
God damn it! I hate this goddamn fucking. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he I told him, like, I've said this and I've maintained this from the very beginning. They've got a 60-day clock. When that runs out, there was no chance that Congress was going to give him the extension that he would need to continue. So they
Yeah.
moved to ceasefire. Then they did a blockade, which they couldn't have done right from the beginning because they just would have been getting hit with drones and missiles.
Yeah.
So they took everything out, ceasefire, blockade. Then you know, you have to get them to sign to an agreement that that they're going to violate. And I said this right from the very beginning of the MOU. They're going to violate it. Everybody knew they were going to violate it. It's just that he didn't have confidence that they would restart kinetic action again. And I said it's made to be violated so that he has a reason to restart that 60-day clock. I've said this before. It's on your show. It's on his show. I
can't hear
mentioned
you
it in the
again.
very
Fuck.
beginning.
I'm going to throw a fucking shoe at these monitors, bro. And all of a sudden, as I said that, I thought of George Bush just ducking. Yo, you know what I want to do? I want to create a website showing like stats on who's out there actively like pushing my name. My name, not a ticker, my name.
You just do you do a scrape of X and it's just all negative. It's just like look at this Jewish guy over here.
You donkey.
Look at you, donkey bull. Honestly, that's kind of a compliment because that means you're holding bags.
I think those people are holding back. Like they'll say they're not, but they are because they know. Like a lot of people know. Like if I do, then they know
Oh, David was here.
how much they don't know. Like they know,
Yeah.
and that's the fun part.
Yep.
That's the fun part. I don't know why this shit ain't working, man. I don't know. Todd, I know you tag me 5,000 times a day. Todd, you don't gotta tell me your resume. It would just be fun to go to a website to see like how many times like people are just like talking, I got to figure out a good way. I got to figure it out. Oh, 100%. I'd be the best president in the world. I think my token would do better than Trump's.
The super long game. Just prepping for 2028 now.
You got to think, why would people want to rally behind you? Like, what is the message? What are you doing that would better the ecosystem? So why would people want to rally behind you? That's an honest question. And I know that people come here for money. Like, I'm not fucking delusional. I know why people are here. People are here to make money. But okay, everybody's here to make money in crypto. Anybody who tells you they're not here to make money is full of shit, okay? But that does not mean that you can't build something here to make crypto amazing, correct, Landy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is my purpose? And that's what I've been thinking about, for especially given a lot of thought to it, for 4 days in the mountains. And even yesterday, like I think about these things because I truly want to. I don't want to be a part of the crowd. I want to have my own lane. Landy, you know this about me. I want my own lane. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody's doing over here, over there, over here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not racing anybody right now. Like this ain't apparent from my knowledge, this ain't a sprint. This is absolutely not a sprint. This is a marathon. And I like to analyze everything. I sound like the coach from the Cavaliers. I'm analytical. Analytically speaking, that guy still thinks they won the championship. Have you ever heard that guy speak?
Yeah.
He said, from an analytical standpoint, we won the series, even though they lost. But we won the series against the Knicks. Analytically,
Everything's made up and the points don't matter, David.
look at this guy. Joseph says, "Why are you waiting?" I can wait as long as I want. I need to. There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason and a good reason, and I have to make sure that everything that I do, win, lose, or draw, because like I'm not guaranteed to win. I go in to win. I go in to win. I go in to fucking dominate. Forget about winning. Winning and dominating I go in to dominate, but I want to make sure that I give myself the best chance to do so. That's it. And that's really it. You can bet against me. I've had that my entire life. That's okay. It's crazy. I'm Jewish and you betting against me? Like, what happened here, man? Am I the only Jew that gets bet against?
Mm,
Landy, I'm
in
the
this
only
space-
Jewish person people bet against.
In this space, maybe.
Fuck, man. No wonder the Jews don't accept me right now.
Look, I think that for
They said
people
Levi. They sent a Levi.
look,
Oh
for-
my God, I get it now. I totally get it. The Jews don't believe in me. That's why they had a Levi come through.
for folks that are like, asking that same question over and over again, you gotta understand what David's been saying is like community drives everything in this space. Face, no face, it's the community at the end of the day. That dictates what the outcome's going to be. That's all. It's very simple.
And it's not about like, if you judge, like, and this is my thing with all projects, when you judge a project based on numbers, like that shit's not going nowhere. That's that's for people, it's a quick flip and they're on to the next one. So that's why I keep on saying, what's my purpose? So like people who try to go ahead and jab me, right? And they're like, no motion, no motion, no motion. Okay, you want me to call it, it goes up, you take out your money, you're on to the next one. And then I'm like, what? So what did I do? I did nothing. Like I did nothing to help this space. I did nothing to rejuvenate it. I did nothing to bring a more bullish sentiment to the space to show that things can be built out and the technology that we have can be used for good. I've done nothing. Zero. What? I fed my own ego? Like, okay, great. Hey guys, I sent something. Like that's whack. That's so whack to me. Like it's not even interesting. I'll trade my way. I can trade my way. I know how to trade. I can just trade. Like it doesn't matter. I'll just trade. I want to build a fucking army. I want a fucking army, man. I want to build a fucking army behind me, man. Unstoppable, man. Help the poors. I hope them, man. There's plenty of jobs out there. IHOP, McDonald's, Five Guys.
Let's
I'll help you. I'll show you direction.
Yo, let's
They
crack me
got
up.
plenty of You know what? Tomorrow I'll be sending you electronic applications. I know I got it. I know I got it. I know I got it. But I need to see a whole crew, bro, that doesn't get scared off. Y'all playing checkers. For real. Connect Four and shit. You imagine being a part of something that is absolutely insane? That you wake up excited to jump on? Like, it just... And you want that atmosphere. You want that energy.
He said you're playing Connect Four.
But seriously, yeah, like
You're
I
playing
say
Connect Four
things in
and
order.
losing.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'm not laughing about people losing. I'm laughing about the fact
Y'all wear
that people
Crocs.
have.
You wear Crocs. Landy wears Crocs. 100%.
Wait,
Landy, you
what?
wear Crocs. If you wear,
No,
if you
I
wear
do not
Crocs,
own
you
any
cannot wear
Crocs. Do not. This is blasphemy. No, no Crocs. I don't go outside. I'd have to go outside to wear Crocs. I sit in my mom's basement and I trade. Okay.
Hillbilly Joe Bob. The perfect example of who follows me. Bro, 20 people behind me? Nah. We need 200,000. David, by the end of this, we will fund your campaign against Mandani. Yo, listen, I'm not looking to fund
Yo.
Oh
mean-
boy, I'm not even looking to be the mayor of fucking New York. Are you New York City? Are you crazy?
You could just go body double for him right now.
Listen, I think I'm
come on.
more handsome. Let's hold on. Okay, I'm not out here like smiling like a ridiculously
that
looking-
fake, somewhat evil, sinister smile that he's got going on.
It's so weird to watch somebody smile like that as an Eastern European. Like when you see, or in Europe, when somebody smiles like that, you can't trust them. No, I'm not joking around. Like that's true. If anybody who's from Europe knows what I'm fucking talking about. Anybody who smiles like that cannot be trusted. And though I was born in the United States of America, I'm just saying, like, look, DNA is European. Anybody who smiles or laughs at any joke, and even at jokes that are whack, you know they can't be trusted. There are jokes that I don't even think I crack jokes on here. I just say what's on my mind, and sometimes it doesn't land, and Landy doesn't laugh, so I trust him.
But I laugh at a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah, most of the time he's laughing. Don't call me man, Danny. See that's more insulting than being called a bull's whatever that shit is, donkey bull. I can't stand people that fake laugh.
Well, Mamdani was groomed for that particular position, and anybody thinks that he's failing, understand that that's what he's doing is the goal, which
Crazy,
is why
man.
the people that he endorsed got their won their primaries. So
could I ask you this question also, Landy? I have a question about if I were to go through with something, right? Do you think supply control should be at 70 to 75%? I'm just hypothetically speaking out loud.
you know,
Because what I've been watching is people are like, let's say you do want to go ahead and do an airdrop, which like I'm not really like whatever. I don't know. Like I'm just like I see that happen. People sell, and then the whole thing goes down the drain.
yeah, I mean, look, all you're doing is the more supply control that there is, um, what it does is it opens up the doors for, I would say, less the airdrop thing, because airdrops of tokens fail, right? Because you're applying pressure to one side of the liquidity, right?
Correct.
In terms of the pair, right? So if it's paired with USDC, USDT, or Solana or Ethereum, when you do an airdrop, that liquidity is now going to be stressed because people are going to sell. Most people just, they get an
Why is my
airdrop,
screen keep going
immediately
out? Hold
sell.
on, let me just. I'm gonna switch up my feed. Hold on. Yeah, what the f-
Up, up. There you are.
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What? You didn't see me?
No, you're there. I can see you.
Okay.
So they usually, it's all, you're when you see any kind of a project that does airdropping of supply, it really, it stresses the liquidity. And there are ways in which that can be done successfully, but then liquidity needs to be built out, but it's always going to be downward pressure on price action unless there is another vector for upward pressure on said price action. And typically when people are doing airdrops of tokens, they usually, so like there's many examples of projects that do this. They'll do an airdrop of a token and then they will start applying buy side pressure against what they just airdropped, right? Um, and then that way they generate more volume and fees. And realistically, that has a very short lifespan because as soon as they're out of dry powder, um, to do that, then the entire thing starts to fall apart. The other thing and the other reason why you typically see token airdrops is because, okay, I'm XYZ project. I'm going to airdrop a bunch of wallets, right? Oh, hey, you all qualify. Great. And then what do? They airdrop a bunch of their own side wallets along with everyone
Yeah.
else so that they can sell and
Right.
use that as an excuse of like, no, people just sold their airdrops. It wasn't us, right? Um, so that very rarely works out positively. There are honest projects that have done this and done it successfully with a token airdrop, but it's very, 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 it goes through, realistically, all it does is it expands holder count, while applying sell side pressure. Now, having too much supply can also work against, um, a project, right? Like once you start getting to those upper echelons of supply control for whatever projects there is, if nothing is done with that supply, like if it's not paired for liquidity and listings and like all of this other stuff and expanding that holder count by via listings and partnerships and stuff like that and funding liquidity pools, then what ends up happening is you have, these singular liquidity pools that then are much easier to move with less supply, right? Because you still need incoming buy side pressure to equalize out the sell side pressure, right?
Yeah.
Um, so, but there are ways, in terms of tokenomics, there are ways in which to run it the correct way and stage things in the correct way. And we've seen many successful projects successfully do this. You're always going to get buy side extremes and sell side extremes. But for those projects that stick around for a long period of time, locking up a bunch of supply usually creates fear as well. So unless that supply is, like, okay, well, you've got a bunch of people that hold like large amounts of supply, unless that supply is added to an LP for listings and then locked, or is being utilized in a way in which it quells the fears of those who are trying to get in and understand the tokenomics of something, then it usually just becomes an albatross. So something has to be done with it. Some people burn, some people stand up liquidity pools, lock them, and then do burns or vice versa. Whatever it is, there are right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it, and they're very, very clear. And it's
Yeah.
very clear that a lot of projects don't do it the right way. They choose not to do it the right way because they're there to extract. And for those that have tried to F around and find out while doing it the right way, they've learned valuable lessons, and there's a lot of those out there that can be used as examples.
Yeah.
So, and some people do things where, often it's like, "Oh, well, let's bridge to all these different chains." And it's like, "Well, no, you're just taking and creating another vector." Um,
Yeah,
for
I wanna say this about real quick, and then you can get back to this, Landy.
Sure.
I I wouldn't lock supply because, like, mother why would I lock supply?
Well, you
Just
have to
right,
be
like,
able
I mean,
to.
like, what you shouldn't be here if you don't trust me, man. Like, and I get it, like, you shouldn't trust anybody. I 100% like, listen, I'm from New York, I get it. But if you send it to me, I'm taking the CZ approach. It's like, you send it to me, it's like pretty much like you're don't worry about it. Like, I ain't trying to
Well,
tarnish my fucking name.
I have to respond to this because locking supply, there's ways to permanently lock supply. Like you can permanently lock supply in an LP, right? But you need both sides of the pair in order to create said LP, right? So you can have those that are locked, like you can have them locked, and it's just about from there, whoever's the one that creates that LP is going to take the outsized majority. Anybody who adds to it after that, is unlocked. But it really just depends on what economic model
Look,
a
look at what
project is
happened
going
to
for.
Pengu. I love Luca and what he's done with Pudgy Penguins, but look what happened to Pengu. And I understand the strategy behind it. I get the strategy. But how much sell pressure came of that? And then you
Well,
look at
yeah,
everybody else who's airdropped. How much sales pressure comes from that? And then you're stuck. Like, I really do believe that you're stuck with a bunch of like people just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, and they don't let you out of that certain. They don't let that project grow.
uh, this person doesn't seem to understand anything about tokenomics or
Well,
successful. Like I think people don't
who doesn't?
understand. Like even IPOs, the ICO models and were taken from IPOs, right? When you think about how many shares are going to be distributed, who owns them, what kind of vesting schedules there are, that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm talking about, because that's already been done here. That's exactly what every single project in crypto does. They just copy the IPO model. They do you get your nice pie chart of how supply is allocated into what and yada yada yada. But there is there's right ways to do it. And the reason why there's been successful projects that lock supply into liquidity pools so that they can't touch it, and it creates it removes um the sell side pressure, the potential sell side pressure of a vesting schedule unlock, right? So instead of doing a vesting schedule, which is just a period that locks, you can go through liquidity pools and you lock them into the liquidity pool. Means that that's permanent, right? Like you're not going to get the LP and be able to remove the LP from the initial pump LPs, right? It's all about fee generation for projects after that, right? So, and that's if you're looking to build a real economic model, airdropping is typically going to be the worst of all cases, but people do it because they want wallet distribution, they want people talking about it on the timeline. And like if you look at Pengu, a lot of what that money came from was, the community to fund those liquidity pools, and a lot from, from the project itself. as well to fund those liquidity pools. And then the airdrop was based on, allocation based on your NFTs. And, it's all sell side pressure from there. And it's really, once it finds a floor though, which takes a while after things substantially distribute, then, as long as that project's still around, which Pengu's still around, then it has once it's sufficiently distributed, then the community is what takes it, right? And at the end of the day, community is what takes it and drives it. Is there is there a silver bullet to how to handle supply? Then, maybe, but that has yet to be found. Everyone's still effing around and finding out. I mean, look at what Ansem's doing. He's still figuring it out along the way.
Well, that's my thing. That's why, like, people aren't being patient, right? So they're like, do it, do it, do it. The momentum, momentum. I'm like, bro, like, I am literally watching everybody trying to do something and looking at the pros and cons. I've even gone back to, because I feel like, Pengu, like, you can even talk about Pengu in this, correct? Like,
Mhm.
it was a positive thing to try to, from a marketing and branding standpoint, it was positive, but you gave stuff to people that at the end of the day were going to sell off because they don't give a fuck about the long-term vision. They don't give a fuck about the project. They just care about getting $3 or $6 or $9 and getting themselves food. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, and I'm reading the chat, and one of the things that I want to look at where those projects are now, sir, the ones that you are referencing, those literally were flips at the end of the day. They had a very short shelf life. And what I'm talking about is what long-term stability and decrease and basically taking edge off of volatility and the proper ways to do so. We have economic models for that. And airdrops of said token are always supply side pressure or sell side pressure. Always. It's people get it. Oh yeah, free money, boom, out. Maybe I'll buy back later. Right? That's and this notion of like, oh look, it's all about the motion and a great way to distribute. Go look at where those tokens are now. They're literally dead. They're dead. I don't know how
That's
to
what I'm
say your
saying.
name.
Like, that's why
Why would I call your name out? I don't even know how to say it.
I've been taking my time for a reason. It's just like, yo, like, I gotta make sure, like, I don't end up like them. You feel where I'm coming from, right? And then you're doing it for the right reasons. It's not you're just, okay, great. Hopefully it all works out, but like, you did this because you did it for the right reasons. It has to mean something, right?
Yeah.
So again, look at the graveyard. You mentioned that. Look at the graveyard. There is a graveyard, and not that I wish that upon anybody. I hope everybody fucking wins. But look at the graveyard. There's a fucking graveyard. Literally a fucking graveyard.
Well,
there you go. Like, what is the point of making a project that dies in a few months? No point, no meaning. Exactly my point. Exactly my
well,
point.
yeah, but no. For a lot of people in this space, they make projects just to make money and leave and go and do another project to make more money and then leave. That's what people do in this space. It is rampant, and that
I
is the
get it.
majority of tokens.
But my goal would be, hey, let's stick to one and then showcase the real ones. That's really it. By memeing.
Yeah.
That's really it. And I'm trying to, like, if I look, let's keep it, like, we're having an open conversation. Let's keep it a buck. Like, if I really wanted to go ahead and showcase numbers, right? Then I would have been a part of the momentum the first day, right? Because that's the easiest way to go, right? That's the easiest route.
So one of
But now
the
I'm thinking, supply control, is it 70, 75%? Like what? That's my line of thinking now. Could
Well, the
be,
advantages to having supply control is that you can stand up liquidity pools, get listings, and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's the advantages of having
and you have
supply.
a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
Or I should say, not even winning. That's probably it could be the right word, but you have a better chance of
Longevity.
fulfilling what the mission that you're set for on. Like that's how I look at it. I feel like if you're a brand, you have to have control, and like airdropping is cool until they start selling. That's probably the most difficult part. It's just like, okay, if you need if you need an airdrop to get into somebody's shit, then that means that you don't believe in it. People are
If you're
begging for free money on the timeline.
Yeah, if you have to have an airdrop, you weren't gonna get it anyway. You weren't gonna get into whatever it was.
So like, I think first of all, if motherfuckers aren't supporting you, you don't support them. That's number one. That's like my thing is like, if you don't support me, I don't support you. I wish you well, but if you don't support me, why the fuck would I support you? And what I mean by that is like, if you airdrop people that don't support you, they haven't been here from the beginning, they could care less about your mission. What are you doing? These people are going to sell. Like they're going to sell in your heads. And then guess who takes the responsibility for that?
Whoever the face is, whoever the project team is.
You want to talk about lock? So we've made points here. You want to talk about lock? Yeah, like I'm not going to. Maybe nefarious people would do it. It's like, think about it. Why would I want to go ahead and destroy my brand? It's like, it's one of those like, listen, I don't like David, but like I can also acknowledge that, you know what? I don't think he would do that. Why would he do that? He has no reason to. So that you know, at the end of the day, that's kind of like, those are really the other things that I'm thinking about to figure out how to make this movement, how to make this movement successful. That's the Jew in me. How do you make this movement absolutely successful? Yeah, there'll be holes, there'll be hiccups, but like, make sure that it's only one or two or three, not like 15 issues that rise up, and then you're trying to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do here. Your back's against. Nah, you don't need to.
I think one of the I
Learn
just
from
saw
other
this.
people's mistakes.
I just saw this float by. I think you're getting lock confused with vesting, like a temporary lock. No, if you're gonna lock something, you lock it in liquidity pools. That's
You talking
how
to
you
me?
make money in this space. No, in the
Oh,
chat. Let me just respond. If you lock something, like if you're a project, you lock something in a liquidity pool because then you can generate fees. And unlocked liquidity, meaning that you can pull the liquidity at any time, people don't have a lot of confidence in that, right? So you lock it in the liquidity pools, and then people have confidence, and then you get fee generation out of that, right? So that's where, I think people get confused. They think they really understand how a lot of these contracts work, and I think that they mix different terminology thinking it's one thing when it's another. And people get fooled too, right? Like they'll go and they'll look at like, oh no, they locked all of this, they locked this in this X amount for this project in a liquidity pool over here. That's bullish. Come to find out it was not actually locked in the liquidity pool, and the project takes all the liquidity and walks away with it. Or they lock it and they use the bullishness to take whatever other supply they've had and then siphon out all of the liquidity. And that's where, there's a lot of games that can be played in this space, and you have to understand a little bit about how the game is played and what a particular project is doing and why, right? I think Zach called out a project just the other day. Um, I've got some criticisms of Zach, but he still does call out specific things that do hit my radar as well. But I forget the token that he was calling out the other day. He just posted an update about it because these people were moving it. That was the lab token, I believe.
The what?
It's like, huh?
What token?
I think it's lab, the
What is
lab
that?
trade token. And a lot of people were raising alarm bells at the very beginning about what the actual tokenomics and the way that the contracts were done and where they were going and how they were moving, was very clear. Everybody's always pocket watching anyway, and there's a right way to do things on chain and a wrong way to do things on chain. And there's also people who are trying to do the right things, and maybe they're inexperienced or they're trying to do something in a new way that isn't going to be successful. And we still see a lot of that, but there are best practices these days. And we have a lot of tools at our disposal in the crypto industry and on various chains and with various, service providers for liquidity pools and exchanges and stuff like that, that can, if set up the right way, can lead to longevity. Because
Yeah.
that's really what it comes down to. It's about longevity, because price is going to be volatile up and down, and as people trade and get in and out no matter what. So it's about longevity and projects remaining funded to further the longevity of the project. That's really what it comes down to. It
Yeah.
just depends on what people are trying to do. What is the goal at the end of the day? And
Well, I
do
think I
people
gave
identify
some
with
sort
that
of,
goal?
goal or a goal that I would have. So I don't want to be repetitive about it, but I think it would be great if we would be able to go ahead and accomplish that. So, but again, a lot of things have to, a lot of things have to go ahead and play out. So, holy shit, it's almost 3. Fuck.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even realize that shit. Well, Landy, I want to thank you for coming. I fucking didn't realize we're still here. Okay. Well, yeah, I thought it was like almost 2. Well, Landy, I appreciate you. Okay.
Thanks for having me on, David.
As always, tune into us tomorrow as I want to break down crypto and memes like for this entire week because I think it's really important. I think we're coming back. The sentiment's back, but I think like we're closing in. I'm feeling it in my nutsack. I'm feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling good, Puppet.
Yep.
And I think that's what the people want to talk about. Well, we'll talk about politics and shit like that. I need to make a political fucking show. I really do. I need a political show. I need to do that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna think of, like I said, I think Landy's show is at 9 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, and then at 8 p.m. on Fridays. So you can tune in. You better tune in. If you want to stay ahead of the game, you should tune in. That's the Puppet. That's the Puppet Master. Shout out to Landy.
Appreciate you, David.
Landy, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, talk to you later, man. Take care.
Landy. That's right. That was Landy. And I'll be right back. I'll be right back right after this commercial break. I'm sure Landy went to the bathroom. He's been talking here the entire time. But hey, listen. We're talking straight to the crowd, man. We're talking straight to the crowd. So hopefully y'all appreciate this. You appreciate conversations that are had on the show, breaking things down, analyzing which way to go, kind of thing. Anyway, we'll be back right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Well, I'm back. Technical difficulties is absolutely ridiculous. I had to open up a little more light in here. Anyway, welcome back to the breakdown, episode 746. 4 episodes away from 750. Holy shit, who would have thought, right? Unofficially, we're like at 3,000 episodes, but it is what it is. Officially, it's 746. Shout out to everybody who tunes in. Hopefully, you guys I hope that you guys are resharing this stream, whether you're on X, whether you're tuning in on YouTube, whether you're tuning in on TikTok. Bro, what are we doing, man? And when are we getting this number up on my pump.fun page? Man, like, where am I at right now? 313? 313? You guys ain't serious. Only 313 followers on nah, man. We got to do better than that. We got to do better than that, man. Come on. Come on. We got to do better than that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. The show is a vibe. Shout out to you, John. Who else does this with this kind of clout? No one. No one. No one. We appreciate you, David. I appreciate you, Chad. I appreciate everybody who tunes in. If you're not retweeting or resharing or sharing this live stream, this live show with your friends and family, with your ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, your grandparents, like if you're not doing this, you ain't really about that life. You don't really want it. Like you really don't want it. You really don't want it. Like this was like people, I mentioned Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. You guys were like, well, I've never experienced it. Well, let me tell you something. They went through a fucking wall. They went through a wall to let everybody know what they were a part of. They went through a wall. It was that mentality. Let's see. Hold on. I see all you guys talking. I just can't. I see it from all. Like you guys don't see people from YouTube. YouTube doesn't see X. Like I wish there was a system where everybody can see each other, man. I wish there was a system in place, man. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right. What was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? I love reading these comments. So I don't look for the good comments. I look for the bad comments. No, but on the real, man, there's no way. I'm kind of like disappointed. There's no way that I should only have 313 in terms of followers. 313 followers? That's unacceptable, bro. That is absolutely unacceptable. That's why I have to figure out a way where I can track who's about that life. Todd, I already know. Todd, I know you. Okay, you run through fucking walls, bro. You don't even have to tell me. You don't even have to tell me. You know what? I want to come on this show tomorrow, and I want to have at least 1,000 to 2,000 followers on Pump.fun. And I'm talking about real followers. I want that shit. Don't bot anything. Don't do that shit. I want to see real people give that follow on that account. Okay, on that Pump.fun page, I just want to see real analytics. Okay, real. Let's see what you're. And there are some people, I get it, some people that can't access the page due to restrictions, I get that. But come on. Come on. See, these little things, you guys are gonna, I'm gonna say one thing, you guys will appreciate me. You might hate me right now, but you will appreciate the fuck out of me because you're gonna be like, you know what? That fucking asshole David, he really did give me a different mindset about bag working and how you're supposed to work. It's not just a 2 to 3 day thing. I'm telling you, man, like, I hope that if anything comes out of this, people will respect the fact that they need to bag work. They need to be absolutely thrilled and happy to talk about the things that they hold. Because people were scared. I've talked about this before, scared to go ahead and mention things that they buy into. They're scared to mention it to anybody because of the shaming that has happened in this space. Y'all gotta get Nah, it's not gonna be that. I need to see. That's one thing I gotta see. I gotta see that. Look, you can recognize who puts in the work and who doesn't. The community will always see who puts in the work and who doesn't. Like, you can recognize it and you can acknowledge it. It's just like, man, these people put in the fucking work. And then you got people who claim to put in the work, but you don't see them. You should be able to see the people that are out there banging on the door every single fucking day. Every single day. So, there you go, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. And I have 2 shows that I'm doing tomorrow. One, I'll do obviously this show, and then I'm on Rob Nelson's show. That's more political for those who enjoy that, if he lets me talk. Supply control, buybacks, flywheel ecosystem, longevity gives people a reason to hold if they are rewarded for doing so. I'm thinking of a lot of things. I'm trying to make it all make sense. That's it. I want to. There's no perfect system, but there are systems that should work to make a meme amazing. That's really it. A meme backed by a community that should be amazing. Again, I'm not saying there's no hiccups, but I'm just saying there should be a way to put, and I think I have it, but you should be able to put something together that's absolutely dope as fuck. And it excites people, and everybody is excited to show up daily, and it benefits the crypto space. It's not just beneficial to one community, it's beneficial to the entire ecosystem. That's what I want to do. That's the goal. It's beyond just one community. It invites everybody, and everybody singing Kumbaya together. Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya. You have the connections that can put into action with supply control of. Listen, I said that out loud. I said that out loud because I was looking at projects, and I'm like, the ones that have been successful had 70 to 75%, supply control. Because then you can do some things with that amount of control. But if you're less than that, I don't know how that works out, because we've already had proof of the amount of insane sell pressure. And then everybody forgets about the project or whatever that's being built, and they start looking at the chart. And that's the biggest problem that we have. We have people that look at charts and market caps, and they don't look at the things that are being built, and that's the problem. Because these things take time. This shit might take 7 years. Like, hypothetically speaking, shit might take 7 years to go ahead and build out a community that's just fucking absolutely in love with the meme and brings everybody fucking together. So, anyway, shout out to the meme economy. People laughed at me, but now it's real, and now every single fucking big institutional player wants to be a part of it. Yeah, that's right. First you're crazy, then you're a genius kind of thing. Anyway, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Love you guys. Y'all can, by the way, if you missed the show, you can go ahead and replay it. By the way, share it with people. Share it. Don't be so stingy. Share it with fucking people. Shout out to TikTok. We're back.